Okay, guys, gonna be talking about something that's been really bothering me. Let's see what that says. We're telling your followers that you're okay. So listen, I've been doing some, like everybody else, doing some videos, and as I was doing these videos, I kept running into these videos with police and you know, police videos of just some crazy stuff, man. Like stuff I've never heard, like never seen. And maybe it's always, well, it probably has always been out there, but I kept running. Like it's kind of like when you see a car for the first time, like, oh wow, that new car looks really cool, and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. Well, that's kind of like, okay, what's this video? And it's police, like, you know, breaking the Amendment that we have. A lot of people don't know the Fourth Amendment, but, or I should say, a lot of us know the Fourth Amendment, but the police don't for some reason. And I kept seeing videos after video after video of just police just literally breaking the law. And not only just breaking the law, but lying. I'm gonna tell you, ever since they started this having those body cams on these police, it has bring a lot of awareness to what's really going on with cops. And I'm gonna tell you something. They hate it. They hate the accountability. They hate that most of us are educated now. Like they say, a cop, first thing a cop does is, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing, officer? And the first thing in all these videos is, hey, do you have any ID? Yeah, I have ID. Well, let me see your ID. I don't have to show you my ID. Do you suspect me of a crime? Am I doing something wrong? No, I just wanted to check your. Well, no, I don't have to give you my ID. In fact, I don't even have to talk to you unless I am under suspicion of a crime, and if you can prove that, or I'm in doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing, I don't have to talk to you. And these officers, the minute you start standing up for you're not standing up for just yourself, but just the law, it gets them pissed off, and I don't understand why. I mean, you're here for the people. We pay our taxes pay your paycheck, and I'm telling you, man, over and over and over, every time somebody says, you know what, I don't need to give you my ID or this and that, and let's just, oh my God, these cops just go crazy. And I don't know why. But then it doesn't stop there. Then if you're getting pulled over in a car, I mean, they do all kinds of dirty stuff. Have you been drinking? Then if there's someone in the car with you, by law, they can't ID them either. But I'm going to tell you, most people will give up the ID. Oh, here. But now, there's so many people now that know their rights. It is pissing. I don't know if you guys seen the video that I shared on Facebook where the cop loses himself. I mean, talking, cussing, and all over another gentleman tells the cop to slow down, like, kind of goes like this, like, slow down. Like, he got so mad that he stopped pursuing the guy who was actually supposedly in pursuit, he said, but the guy said he was just driving crazy and fast. He stopped and came over and got behind him, pulled him over, and he starts using language, you idiots, I'm tired of you people, and you guys think you know the laws, and all this blah, 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 blah. I mean, he is screaming and cussing. He's like, I got 3 more weeks, and I mean, I've never seen a cop just go. The guy was like, whoa, like the guy was actually scared. Like, okay, all he kept saying was like, okay, sir, okay, sir, okay, sir, and he's throwing stuff. He takes something out of his car and smashes it on the ground. You got to see this video I have. But I share all this to say, what's going on? What is going on with society? I mean, with these police officers. And then they do anything to just hem you up. I seen a video where the guy was straight, didn't drink, but the cop didn't care. I seen him do as I'm gonna tell you something. I realized this. You know, the minute they ask you to do a walk the line, a drunk test or whatever they call that, sobriety test, and I have never seen anybody pass that. Nobody passed that. This guy was sober, did great, did everything he's supposed to do, and then he says, "Have you been smoking weed?" And then the guy goes, "Wait a minute. Now you're gonna say like smoking weed?" He's like, "You can't do that. You can't just switch." He's like, "Oh, yeah, we can do whatever we want." And he goes, "Turn around. I'm gonna take you in." And he's like, "For what?" Being drunk in public. The guy passed everything. And I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, when you get pulled over by the police, unless they find you guilty of a crime, 15 minutes they have. If they go past that, they are breaking that Fourth Amendment law. Police have 15 minutes at a stop. And if they're keeping you over that, like trying to find stuff, trying to get to search your car, I mean, they try everything and anything. I'm going to give you another story. There's a guy that pulls over a black lady. I have the video. You can see it on my YouTube page. Go to Big Ghost, at Big Ghost right there, youtube.com. You can go to my other page there, Facebook, under Frankie Loya, Frankie James Loya. And check this out. Pulls over a black lady and starts using words like, you guys, you people, it's always like this. And she's like, excuse me, sir? Gets pulled over for speeding, supposedly. And he just goes on and, oh, really? Okay, ma'am. Oh, all right. Is this your car? Oh, are you sure this is your car, ma'am? It's a pretty nice car. And he's like looking at the car. So he's saying all this stuff because she's black. And he's a white cop. I mean, I'm like, man, this guy is like, I can't believe it. He's like, okay, all right, well, let me get your tickets and this and that. And then he goes to go back in the car, and she says something, and he's like, oh, that was a weird comment. Okay, and he goes back to his car, writes out a ticket, gives her the ticket, and then says, you have to go to court, blah, blah, blah. And then she says, okay, all right, well, you're not being very professional. So he gets upset. He gets a little mad. No lie. Doesn't turn it off, but puts his hand over his body cam. Walks to the side of her car, to the back, and smashes the light out. The tail light. Bam! Then takes it off, walks over, and she jumps out of the car. What are you doing? And he's like, ma'am, your taillight's broke. Yeah, you just knocked my tail. Ma'am, I'm just letting you know that your taillight's broke. and that's something else that I can go ahead and write that up. I just realized that you're telling me. He's honestly just ignoring whatever she's saying, and then he says, "What are you doing in a gown?" And she's wearing this long, like big gown, this black gown all the way down, and she's like, "What?" He's like, what are you wearing a black gown for out here in public?" And she's like, "What are you talking about? This is my outfit at work." He's like, "What are you, part of a choir? It looked like a big choir dress." He's like, "Oh, you must be part of one of those churches, huh?" And she's like, "No, it's not a choir dress." And he's like, "Oh, okay, that's just looks really weird." She goes, "Surprise, I'm a judge." And he's like, "No, ma'am, I'm not a judge. I'm not judging." He misheard her. She says, "No, I am on my way to work. I am a judge." And he goes, "You're a judge?" And she's like, "Yep, surprise." And then he says, "Well, if he's like, "You're really a judge. You're a judge." And she says, "Yeah, why? I can't be a judge?" He's still being like, ignorant. And so he goes, "Well, if you're a judge, why didn't you say that in the beginning of the stop?" And she says, "Why? You should treat everybody the same way." This cop was beside himself. He switched. It became, "Ma'am, don't worry about your tail light. You know what? Don't worry. In fact, you the ticket. Don't worry about it. You know what, ma'am? I'll let you go so you get to work." And she says, "No." She goes, next time I see you, you're going to be standing in front of me in court, guaranteed. And he's like, "Oh, okay, ma'am. All right, well, have a good day." And he just starts walking out, gets in his car, and he's like beside himself. He's like, "Oh my God." And then he just switches it off. I'm going to tell you something. That was one of the best videos that I just thought this cop was like, first of all, he's beyond myself. He was so ignorant. But then that last little surprise, I was like, yes, that is karma at its best. And listen, guys, I don't know what's going on out there with police today. Maybe they hate their jobs, or I don't know. If you don't, but I gotta say this as we close. If you don't like your job, if you don't like us people, the society today, do something else. Don't go. I mean, these cops are out there arresting people. They go in, they're testing them. They're not drunk. I mean, I've seen video after video of people, and what they do is they may even know you're clean. In fact, some of them say it. "Oh, he may not be drinking, but I'm still taking him in." In other words, I'm going to ruin their day. I'll do anything to ruin your day. And it's true. I'm going to tell you something. If anybody study the Fourth Amendment, if any cop mistreats you and does these things that you know are not, you need to get a lawyer. And a lawyer will pick it up quick. There's lawyers today that will take your case, especially with body cams out, and you can order the body cam. They're public information. A lot of people may not know that. Like, "Oh, there's nothing I can do." No, yes, there's. And secondly, film every time you are in contact with a police officer, anybody with the government. Film. It has. There is so many Fourth Amendment right now lawsuits, and I'm gonna tell you, they settle quick. Most of them, because guilty is guilty, will settle right out of court. I know a guy that just got $25,000 for simply Some states are not a, a stop and ID states. Like you can't just stop and ID somebody. A lot of those states, like, so you need to know where you live and the laws are at. Because I'm telling you, man, I've never seen. My experience in the '90s, cops were pretty cool, man. I mean, I knew some cops. Even when I had gotten arrested as a kid and doing, even when I'd see them again, they'd say, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, all right, guys, blah blah blah." It was today, man. I don't get it, man. Now there's good cops out there. There is good cops out there, and I believe in cops, man. I have to, but until, I mean, we do need you need to stand up for your rights, though. So listen, be safe. Tell your loved ones every day that you love them. And remember, man, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. So today, live your best today. You know what I mean? Hug your loved ones and tell them how much you love them. Amen? Have a good day.